Welcome back to the Rizal Memorial Coliseum in the city of Manila as the King Crunchers, last conference's first runner-up, looking to get 4 in a row as they take on one of the challengers, a team that finished very high in the standings after the Open Conference of 2024, the Spin Doctors of Savouge Aesthetics. It's the final game of your triple header this Sunday. And take a look at the results earlier today. The defending champions HD Spikers a 4-set win against the Sea Lions, and then the Alpha Insurance Protectors dropping a 4-setter against the Griffins. Hi everybody, thank you for watching us on One Sports Plus and Filipinas Live. Eric Tipan alongside Noreen Go, and Ayana Perlas will be joining us in just a little bit. Big matchup, 2 veteran teams, 2 talented teams going at it. Both are looking for back-to-back wins.
Well, first of all, Eric, I would like to say every day is a good day for volleyball. What a busy weekend, and how fitting is it that we have a great game to cap off our busy weekend. And you did say they want to get their wins because it's a double round robin, but you want to be part of the top 4.
Let's take a look at the team standings, where you see the King Crunchers looking to go up and tie with the HD Spikers at the top.
Yeah, you can see still 2 undefeated teams. That's why much anticipated clash of the Titans, so to speak. You see Signal and Criss Cross 4-0-3-0, Savouge 2-1, not far behind. Navy 1-3. BNS first win today, 1-3, and Alpha has yet to find a victory.
All right, let's talk about the King Crunchers. They dropped their first set of the Open Conference in 2025, but they still got a 4-set win against Navy, their 3rd in a row. And they're off to a good start as expected for a team of this caliber.
Yeah, we have to say, you know, Navy had a slow start this conference, but they're contenders. We know Navy to be perennial contenders. They may go on to lose, but they win sets. You know, they always challenge their opponents. And in that match, you can see they went down in 4 sets, or Criss Cross won it in 4 sets. Look at the numbers. Key strengths really of Criss Cross are their attacks. Ability to convert, they had more attacks. Blocking was even, they had more aces, and even less errors. For me, Criss Cross really just well-balanced. I mean, balanced scoring.
Yeah. Well, so many talented players, including Nico Almendras, who scored in double digits for the first time. Not just, obviously, in offense, he is also a great receiver. At least 14 receptions for Almendras, and he is marked to form going back to his days with the Bulldogs of National University.
A lot of talk about Nico Almendras. Welcome back. He did just get married. And yeah, I mean, I talked about the balanced scoring because a lot of people played. I think they emptied the bench. Only probably in Jigat wasn't able to play. So pretty balanced scoring. But the Nico Almendras actually had the most points. Could have been any. Jared Requinton had 11, but Nico Almendras, coming off that festivity, played well, and he wants to continue to lead his team today.
In the meantime, let's talk about the Spin Doctors. This is a team, they lost against the HD Spikers, which was, I wouldn't say expected, but it was a tough challenge against them, but they bounced back with a 5-set win against the Insurance Protectors.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for me, that game, Alpha's best game thus far. They kind of introduced themselves as a contender in this league as well. Yeah, they have yet to win, but you like to see the improvement, the challenge of Edward Composano et al. It went 5 sets, but it could have gone either way. If you look at the numbers, the spikes are close by 5. Blocking went Alpha's way, aces by 1 Alpha's way, and the errors by 3. You know, for me, it just goes to show Savouge maintained the right composure. Towards the end, you look at the score, 15-13. It really could have gone either way, but Savouge, you know, they really just want to win. They're enjoying themselves. If you talk to them, they just love this organization, and they showed that in that game.
Spin Doctors full of veterans, but they were led by Shawi Caritativo, also with a double-double performance in points and receptions.
Yeah, I mean, Caritativo wants to do a little bit of everything. You talked about reception, you talked about attacks. And you remember, in that 5th set, she came off because of an injury, but she still played. So it goes to show the heart of one Shawi Caritativo, and she will continue to lead her team and hopefully make it to the Final 4.
Take a look at the points, and their 19 receptions not there on the list. So her passing, or his passing, definitely top-notch. Shawi Caritativo so far in the Open Conference. Now let's get our viewers of Filipinas Live involved as we send it courtside to Ayana Perlas.
Thank you so much, Eric and Noreen. Yes, like what you mentioned, we love hearing from our supporters and fans online, most especially on the Filipinas Live app. If you guys haven't downloaded the app yet, you guys can download it on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Now we have our poll question of the day right below your streams. Which former King Tamra will top this game in scoring? Is it Jude Garcia of the Criss Cross King Crunchers or Mark Calado of the Savouge Spin Doctors? You can now cast in your votes on the Filipinas Live app or join the conversation online by using the hashtag #SpikersTurf2025 and follow us on all our social media platforms. That is on Instagram, on TikTok, on X, lahat na, to stay updated on all your favorite teams. Now when we return, our third game for today's triple header this Sunday, Criss Cross going against Savouge, only here on Spikers Turf.
Cross King Crunchers. Carita Tibo. Middle blocker number 4, Jills Torres.
Luis Gamban will be coming off the bench after starting in their last game.
Or what you like when you look at both these teams, how deep their respective benches are. You talked about Luis Gamban, even Diwa at the bench, and Criss Cross. So you never know. It could be the coaches trying to resort to the bench players.
It's just a lineup full of experienced veterans, not just vets, just experienced vets in college, in the pros as well.
Well, and we all know that ever since Criss Cross was formed in the Spikers turf, they've been perennial silver medalists. But what you like about Savouge is although they did not, they did win the gold or the silver, they're always contenders.
Right.
They always give their opponents a good fight.
And they get better and better. They finished 5th in the Open Conference last year, but in the Invitational Conference, they finished 3rd already.
Yeah.
So there's service fault from Ish Polvorosa after a couple of errors from the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, and we have to say they added Mark Calado to their lineup, so that's more firepower.
Calado, 14 points in their last game, that 5-set win against the Insurance Protectors. Nico Almendras fires one in and scores.
Talked about him at the top of the coverage. And we're expecting him to actually have, the responsibility in scoring is not just Jude Garcia, 2-time MVP.
Right.
It's going to be the rest of the team. Nico Almendras is one of them.
He's the best outside spiker in the Invitational Conference that concluded just late last year. Calado. Oh, what a dig by Sumanggid. Sumanggid had 14 digs against the Sea Lions. Raquinton fires one in and scores.
Ay, Calado was right there, but Requinton just able to elude the blockers. Look at how tough this angle is. You gotta see it again.
15, 10, and 12. Those are the points of Jaron Requinton in the last 3 games.
Well, if you remember, he always comes off the bench. So
Before,
right
yeah.
now he's given the
Yeah.
nod.
To start all
Yeah.
3 games. There's Gilles Torres, a former HD spiker. There's a net touch against the King Crunchers. And call it against Glorioso.
Well, that's 2-point advantage for the King Crunchers.
Coach Frigoni from the UAAP to the spiker turf. Requinton again. And this one, good enough for a save by Caritativo. Terrific
Yeah.
effort. But here comes the combination play. Glorioso just babied the shot. Calado, a hesitant chance for a good one. And that's Glorioso catching the corner.
What about the effort by Shawi
Yeah.
Caritativo? We talked about her in the top of the coverage, doing a bit of everything, sacrificing her body, hitting the cameras, getting the ball in play. But, I mean, sorry effort because there was a miscue, right, between Torres and Calado, and that made all the difference. It gave Criss Cross King Crunchers the opportunity again.
Toto De Pedro catches the line. That's the first one for De Pedro in the game.
That's what you like about Toto De Pedro. I mean, pretty unorthodox, I would
Yeah.
say. I mean, she likes to twist and turn and contour her body just to get, the point.
Jude Garcia gets it back. Ooh. Garcia, more quiet last game, 8 points only. His lowest output so far in the Open Conference.
Yeah, but, it's not because he's not
Yeah.
good. It's just that there was balanced scoring
Right.
and Ish Polvorosa creating that opportunity for an excellent set.
Former Beach National player Jaron Requinton with a serve. Here comes Calado against the triple block. And the dig is too low for Almendras, and the second touch comes up short from Ish Polvorosa.
How good was that? A 3-man block.
Well, you're talking about Mark Calado, one of the talented attackers in the Spikers turf.
Remember in the UAAP, he broke the 300-point barrier. And that's not an easy feat, we have to say.
What a serve. Polvorosa, difficult set. And that one outside for Garcia.
Well, if you're Criss Cross, you have to be careful. Also, again, we stress, Savouge, there are no pushovers.
Yeah.
These errors, you have to be careful with those.
Former Tamarao, and former MVP in the PNVF Champions League.
Wow.
My goodness. Oh, Reyes, almost a lift there. Caritativo sends it outside. He's saying there's a touch, and there is, according to our first referee, Joffer Educado. And just like that, we're tied at 6.
Yeah.
Awesome 3-point run here for Mark Calado and the Spin Doctors.
What serves
Yeah.
by Mark Calado. Okay.
You're bound to run out if you're serving that well. I mean,
Heat check.
so Jude Garcia, who was part of the coaching staff of FEU this morning, they got a 4-set win against Ateneo. Him and Pampagalay.
Yeah.
Reyes is turned away by Malabunga. First technical timeout. King Crunchers up by 2 against the Spin Doctors opening set.
Welcome back to the Spikers Turf Open Conference 2025, where power meets passion. Now, Eric and Noreen, in the first game of their conference, or of this conference, of course, Criss Cross mentioned to me that their goal for this conference was to basically have no pressure at all. But according to assistant coach Carl Baisa, sa last game nila, sumobra naman sila sa no pressure. After losing their first set, grabe raw yung complacency na ipinakita ng players, the most unideal for their team. The second set loss was a rude awakening that was needed, especially before a game against Savouge. Kaya naman for today, it's all about increasing the intensity in every set, as it was noticed that this veteran team has the tendency to keep quiet and they cannot lose in terms of intensity, especially against a team that loves celebrating every point. This will dictate their game today. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ayana. Kimalabunga pancake saved by Toto De Pedro. Shawi Caritativo off the chest of Riquinton. Sumanggit pops it up. Chance ball here for the black shirts. Paglaon. Toto De Pedro. A nice looking intense rally. Nico Almendras is turned away by Gilles Torres.
He takes one back. He got Reyes got blocked earlier. He gets one back for the team.
And just like that, we're tied at 8.
Well, I think, defense is going to be key also. These stops, these monster blocks.
Sumanggit with a beautiful pass. And Kim Malabunga, the Alas Filipinas middle blocker with the kill.
Boy, what a conference Kim Malabunga has been having. It's like he's back with NU, right? The way he's playing, it's like he lost some years. He's back to what, 22?
Paglaon, Caritativo off a curl. Nice dig coming from Garcia, but it ends up in a chance ball for the black shirts. And Calado all the way from the back puts it away.
But Paglaon doing a great job. That's what you need. If you have a good defensive team and a good blocking team, you need to get everybody moving so as to keep the opponents guessing who to guard.
There's John Michael Paglaon. 12 excellent sets, 2 points in the 5-set win against the Insurance Protectors. Almendras. Here comes Paglaon. Caritativo against a single blocker. And Shawi gives the Spin Doctors a 1-point lead.
Again, we have to say, perfect set. Just a one-on-one, and it's actually the shortest blocker of them all.
That's
in
right.
Polverosa.
Paglaon, a silver medalist in the NCAA. Here's a running attack from Glorioso. Off Paglaon and outside. No! What a save by De Pedro. The rally continues. 1-2 for Polverosa, but De Pedro pops it up. Calado will catch the line. Oh, what a series of exchanges from defense to offense. How did the Spin Doctors turn it around?
Great save there by De Pedro. It's because the ball actually hit the foot of Paglaon, and that kept the ball in play.
I mean, this is nothing short of magical.
Yeah.
2-point lead, the biggest for the Spin Doctors. Almendras gets the side out.
Yeah, using brute force there, overpowering the blockers. But it's true what Ayana said in her report. This is a team, talking about Savouge, this is a team who loves to celebrate every point. Yeah. So you cannot be complacent.
Former Blue Eagle, Ish Polverosa serves it outside. Back to a 2-point deficit for Coach Tai Bundit.
Well, that's a third service error of Criss Cross.
Shawi Caritativo, 2 aces in their last game, along with 2 blocks. Ish. Ooh. I mean, Jude Garcia, he was almost looking down at the ball already. That's how high Jude Garcia jumps.
But this is a good matchup, Jude Garcia against Mark Calado, because from any part of the court, they can score.
I don't remember, they play together for FEU, or
I think
2
so.
generations. All right. And there's tit for tat. From one Tamarao to the other.
That goes to show how great the program of FEU is.
By the way, I saw Coach Ray Diaz Yeah, he was.
I
He
didn't
went
see him.
in for watch the women's games in the UAAP at MOA. There's Calado with back-to-back points. 5 already for Mark Calado. Nice to see Coach Ray Diaz.
Yeah. I mean, he's been with the organization for a long time.
Biggest deficit against the King Crunchers. They call a timeout.
Don't do mid hang, block in strong. Defend, block defend. Let's go. Don't do mid hang. Do mid hang lot.
Yes, coach. Guys, dahan-dahan lang. Bawit tayo.
Two time.
Tinatry nilang bilisan yung tempo. Laruin natin yung pace natin, ha? Go, guys. Tara.
Less mistakes is
Push. Guys, go.
Jude Garcia, only 8 points in their last game, but prior to that, he scored 13 against VNS and then scored 13 as well against the Insurance Protectors. In the meantime, Mark Calado, what a performance so far. 63%.
Yeah, I agree. And what you like from Mark today, most especially, is consistency.
Yeah.
That's a big factor.
Oh, and that's on the line. It's called on the line as Almendras let it go. A service ace for Torres. That's the call, but there's a challenge by King Crunchers. And this is what Ayana was talking about, relaxing and taking the pressure off, maybe too much.
Yeah, and again, if you're playing against, even not just Savouge, PGJC Navy, you cannot relax. I mean, these players, these teams were formed because of the passion.
Yeah. And even against Alpha Protectors, in my opinion, you can't. Because despite the 4-set loss earlier against the Griffins, that is one veteran team as well.
Yeah.
All right, we're waiting.
Yeah, I would say they had their breakout game against Savouge.
Exactly.
Talking about Alpha.
Exactly. You've got Camposano. It's in. It's in. By an inch, perhaps, but it's in. So unsuccessful challenge for Coach Tai Bundit. And it's now a 4-point lead for the Spin Doctors. Gilles Torres coming off an 8-point performance, including 1 block. Great pass. Polvorosa to Jude Garcia. That's just as unstoppable as it gets, right?
Yeah, we have to say that's 1 blocker against Jude Garcia. He was all over that. But you did say perfect pass by Almendras.
How do you can put 2 blockers there, and I'd give Jude 99.99% chance of knocking it in.
But you don't envy the blockers because you have to guard Kim Malabunga and Requinton as well.
Toto De Pedro goes up above the block and forces the defense to touch the net. And again, a 4-point lead for the Spin Doctors. They take us to our second technical timeout.
Marilog, Janela. Ano ito ay sa maaari? Makeup, brown eye cheek, north side, beauty stand up, pretty big bang, doesn't make sense. I see God in your face, I'm in it.
Gilles Torres. I'm impressed at the producers who can actually make these players sing, right? They barely speak to you when you ask them a question, and then they sing on camera. Terrific singing voice, by the way, by Gilles Torres. Combination play, Jude Garcia again. There are 2 blockers. No problem.
1 blocker, 2 blockers, maybe 3 blockers. Well, Jude Garcia wants to have more point production today, more than just 8.
He's the reigning Open Conference and Invitational Conference MVP. Paglaon sets it up, a little combo play. Pancake saved by Sumanggid. Requinton punches it through the block of Reyes.
Well, we talked about celebrations. What a celebration there by Jared Requinton. But yeah, what a great save by Sumang.
It's a little 2-point run here for the King Crunchers. Marmeto, nice save by Paglaon, but Caritativo had second thoughts about what to do in midair, and that adjustment came up short.
Well, when you're there, I mean, you just have to go for the kill. Overthinking things will change the way you're actually going to execute.
Now 3 straight points scored by the King Crunchers. And Reyes finally gets a side out.
Well, much needed point there for Savouge. They had a very great start here in set number 1.
Meantime, former juniors MVP as well in the UAAP, Mark Calado again. He's got a couple of aces earlier. What a hit by Malabunga.
So much weight on that.
And his hits are now a lot stronger. I mean, obviously that exposure with Las Filipinas, going to Italy, training under Coach Fregoni.
Well, also, I guess his style also fits with Coach Tai.
Yeah. Garcia into the net. And King Crunchers back down by 2. And Hero Austria will check in for the first time, service specialist. Austria 6 points in their last game. He's actually scored 6 points in back-to-back games.
But you know, Austria has limited time. I mean, court time. But what was the biggest point was the winning point of set number 5. That was Hero Austria.
Out of the University of Perpetual Help. Oh, nice serve. Malabunga turned away by Reyes. There you go. No, beg your pardon. It was Gilles Torres with the rejection.
Boy, what a read. One-on-one. And look at the reach over the net by Torres.
And Torres probably gives up maybe 4 inches
Probably.
to Kim Malabunga. Back to a 3-point lead for the Spin Doctors. Almendras. Austria pops it up. Chance to attack here. There's Torres with a hit. Kept alive by Sumanggid. Jude Garcia.
Good dig.
What a dig for De Pedro. Calado.
Oh,
Sumanggid again. He's everywhere. Requinton with the push.
Oh.
And the save. There was a third touch. Just didn't make it across the net.
Boy, that was the best rally so far. Great digs by both camps.
But a great adjustment by Jaron Requinton
Yeah.
for the drop. Pam Bagala getting ready to check in for Kim Malabunga.
Yeah, but what effort by Austria there, you know, trying to really throw her body.
Bagalay, the NCAA scoring leader, scored 45 points in 1 game. Caritativo, what a cut shot!
Facing one direction, twisting, going cross.
3 points already for Shawi. And you're impressed about how, as you look at Caritativo and from a different angle, how the Spin Doctors, Noreen, they've been able to protect this lead against, we know how powerful the Spin Doctors are at making runs.
Well, they seem like, you know, the more focused team today. Good start. They know what they're up against. A very strong team in the King Crunchers.
Yeah. Meantime, Jude Garcia. Once he gets like a good approach and get a nice set. That's the result. Timeout here for Coach Sidney Calderon.
Lang tayo, di ba may pattern na tayo sa ano natin dito. Hindi ko na sasabihin kung anong play ito ha. Isang receive lang, tsagain lang natin guys. Mamaya na Ashley. Dalawa yung lamang natin, ha? Kahit anong mangyari, ilaban natin hanggang dulo, pangalagaan natin yung dalawa. Side out na lang. Hey, one team!
There again is Coach Angelino Frigoni, head coach of a men's team of Alas Filipinas.
They have a play that they don't want to divulge. No, but what you like is, let's protect this 2-point lead.
Yeah. Paglaon to Caritativo, misses the mark, and he apologizes quickly to the bench.
Yeah, wasted opportunity. I mean, coming off a timeout.
Now it's just a 1-point lead. Biggest was 4 points for Paglaon and the rest of the Spin Doctors. Here's Polvorosa, 3-time UAAP champion with the Blue Eagles. Armeto, great pass. De Pedro against a single block. Lead is back to 2.
And you know, Toto De Pedro, every time he scores, he's so surprised, and then he's so happy when he scores the celebration. Look at that. What do you call that? The crab crawl.
21 serving 19. Requinton.
Oh,
Great dig. Paglaon with the second touch. Here's De Pedro with a push all the way outside.
wrong timing. You saw that. It was a sinking fast, so she couldn't control that tip.
Back to a 1-point game. Chance to tie on the serve by Nico Almendras.
Well, first of all, you know that blockers will be all over Mark Calado. You need to cover.
There's Calado. Got it again. Mark Calado.
Boy, what a match Calado is having so far.
Back to a 2-point lead for the Spin Doctors. Gilles Torres to serve. He was the Invitational Conference second best middle blocker.
I remember that time you were saying, it's good for him he found a home with Savouge.
And he's settling in very nicely. Battle at the net. The taller Gian Glorioso wins. Although there will be a reaching beyond the net challenge. No, they will say net fall challenge. All right. Yeah, it didn't seem from our angle there was a touch. Glorioso knows it.
Yeah, he was looking at the coaching staff of Savouge saying, nope, nope.
Well, they have a couple of challenges. This is the first one of the opening set. So might as well use it, try and stop the momentum because it feels like it's slowly shifting to the King Crunchers.
Yeah.
But Coach Calderon, terrific job with the team after taking over as head coach. It's not even close. Probably a full foot away from the net.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Calado just mistimed his jump. You know, Gian Glorioso being the taller blocker was all squared, so had full control over that exchange.
A two-man substitution for King Crunchers as Krong Arbasto checks in. And Libero also comes out. So it's a full front line here for the King Crunchers with Requinton Malabunga and Jude Garcia. Toto De Pedro got it. Great adjustment. What a first set for Toto De Pedro. As good as Mark Calado's been, I mean, Toto De Pedro really chipping in timely points.
Yeah, I mean, that's such smart hitting. You saw the open spot in zone 4, but what about Paglaon twisting, avoiding the net, and giving a great set?
Meantime, JC and Narciso out of the University of Perpetual Help. In his first game since their opening game against the Navy. He didn't play in back-to-back games.
Good serve.
Chance ball. Enon sets it up. Mads Gampong, who's in the game for the first time, is rejected. What an acrobatic shot by Reyes. And the rally continues. Garcia off the chest of Narciso. Garcia again.
Oh, what a dig.
And Narciso to Calado. Overpass. Enon. And Narciso underhand. Gampong makes it crawl over the net. That's a trickler. And the Spin Doctors somehow get the side out after that long rally.
Okay, I'm going to say that's the best rally. It had action, it had drama,
a little
it
comedy.
had comedy, it had everything. Great entertainment.
Here's the last time out for Coach Tai Bundit will listen to the King Crunchers.
1 point get 1 point ไปเล็บไลท์ไปเล็บไลท์ไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไร
Eh, 3-1 lang. Eh.
Criss Cross
Well, we talked about the King Crunchers. They dropped their very first set of the tournament against the Navy. In their first 2 matches, they were spotless. And now they're on the brink of losing their second set. And it happens in the first one, too, against the Spin Doctors.
But yeah, you have to give it to the Spin Doctors. Come on, what a set.
And what a start.
What a start, yeah.
Polvorosa. Kim Malabunga saves 1 set point. And Coach Calderon will call a timeout here. Now, a great pass results in a quick and easy side out for Kim Malabunga.
Sa back. Pwede tayong mag-porsyento na ha. Pero pasok pa rin tayo para makahila tayo ng blackings. Oh, isang hinga muna. Isang ano na lang, isang puntos na lang to. Walang matataranta sa atin to, guys. Let's go!
Well, they've got 2 chances to finish this off. And with the way they're playing, they'll probably only need 1 unless somehow the King Crunchers able to put something together.
Yeah, but you know, we have to mention great offense on the side of Savouge, but what about Shawi Caritativo and the digging? I mean, doing a bit of everything every day, all at once.
All right, here we go. There's a nice pass. And Narciso Calado for the win. Got it! Mark Calado delivering a big blow to Nico Almendras, and the Spin Doctors eke out a first set win against the powerhouse King Crunchers.
What a first set. If this is just a preview to the entire match, I mean, let's bring it on. Let's have 10 sets, Eric.
Before winning by 2 against the King Crunchers, as we look at highlights of the opening set.
You know why Savouge was actually very successful? Because of their defense. The offense, yes, it followed suit, but their defense just kept the ball in play. And the Criss Cross King Crunchers were just left asking the question, what more can we do to put the ball away? You know, the defense, liberos, caritativo, all really working hard. And, you know, again, we did say they look like the more focused team, and obviously they're more successful in the first set.
And they're led by Calado with 7 points. Meanwhile, it's Jude Garcia leading the way for the Spin Doctors with 5. Here's the winning point for Calado in the first set.
Yeah, let's look at some numbers. Very close, you know, attacks by 1. And you should be happy if you're the Spin Doctors because you out-attack a tough team in Criss Cross. You have 1 more ace, and that 1 more error by Criss Cross, that actually adds up to 3 points. So really, a really great set for Spin Doctors. You want them to continue. You want the energy, the level to be the same or not amp it up a bit more. Criss Cross, listen to coach. You need to find that your own energy, your own version of your energy.
Back here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, UAAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports and Filipinas Live, because legends start here. Fans spending Sunday night with us. Why not? Like what you mentioned, action like this, who can resist? Set number 2 with the Spin Doctors up 1-0 against the favorites, the King Crunchers. Paglaon pops it up. And that set is way to the antenna from Mark Calado. So an error gifts the King Crunchers their first point.
When I say amp your energy a bit, not like that, not with the sets to the antenna, but I'm looking at the starting unit of Coach Tai, trusting the same unit to get back, to come back and tie this at 1 set apiece.
Well, both coaches relying on the same starting lineup. De Pedro is turned away.
Was that Glorioso or
Quinton.
Mendras? Yeah, Quinton.
That was Jaron.
He's just so long, right? If he times it well, it's like automatic stuff block.
He's 6'2" with probably a 6'4" wingspan.
Yeah.
And Almendras gives up an easy point. If there's one chink in the armor for the King Crunchers, it's the errors. They had 25 errors. They gave up 1 set against the Sea Lions.
Yeah. Well, they tend to, commit more errors than normal.
Garcia against the triple block, turned away. Quinton, turned away again. Take a look at the defense at the net by the Black Shirts.
Boy, that's what you call redemption for Savouge, getting that block back. Mark Calado, come on. Face over the net. You saw that? That's so good.
Garcia, this is a free ball. Oh, and a lucky break for Jude Garcia. What looked like just an easy pickup turns into a point for the King Crunchers.
Yeah, that's why we say when you change things up, that causes problems with your opponents. You think it's easy, but because they're expecting strong hits, sometimes the simplest drops are the ones that scores.
That stops the 2-point run of the Spin Doctors. And Gilles Torres. It looked like an overpass, but it was the perfect play, actually, because Paglaon was already up top with a one-handed set.
Yeah, able to keep that ball alive. That's a great set, a great save by Paglaon.
Quinton against a single block and gets it through the left arm of Calado. 5 points now for Jaron Quinton.
Well, he saw this as a rare opportunity, so yeah, he's gonna get the point if you have just a blocker in front of him.
Marmeto, short pass, so Caritativo sets it up to De Pedro. Wow, Toto De Pedro. What a game today. De Pedro now with 4.
And his antics after that.
And to think De Pedro didn't play against the Insurance Protectors. And prior to that, only had 2 points against the HD Spikers. Malabunga. Yes.
Yeah. You gotta feed Malabunga. Malabunga has been so effective there. Be quick, A quick.
Already with 5 points, the former Bulldog.
Close second set.
Marmeto passes. Samangid with a dig. Almendras, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we have to say doing what he does best. Nico Almendras hitting it off the blockers. He has this uncanny ability to hit it off the blockers.
Break point won by the King Crunchers. They're up by 2. This matches their biggest lead of the set. What a receive there by Caritativo. De Pedro sends it outside right on the foot of the lines judge.
Well, not a time to commit these errors. You can sense that Criss Cross has other things in mind for set number 2.
Biggest lead now for Jude Garcia and the King Crunchers. They're up by 3. Overpass. And an easy put away for Nico Almendras, building a 4-point lead straight to our first technical timeout in set number 2.
Open Conference 2025, where power meets passion. Now, Eric and Noreen, after showcasing their power against Criss Cross in that first set, let me share with you what happened during their past trainings against, or before going against Criss Cross. Now, according to head coach Sidney Calderon, they focused on skills to improve on, which will cater only to Criss Cross. Their combination plays were improved and fastened big time. Service was worked on to break the plays or the first receives of Criss Cross, which would then lead to their last improved skill, like what you guys have been talking about, blocking, as they detailedly practice how to deflect Criss Cross's spikers. And as we can see, training is paying off for Savouge. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ayana. There's a halt in the play as I think the buzzer was inadvertently tripped by production crew member. So they will replay the point.
He's the closest, but he didn't touch it.
Former UST player Torres, if I remember correctly, says it's not me.
Yeah.
I didn't touch it. Paglaon. Here comes Calado. They need a side out here. Reyes pops it up. Toto De Pedro. Requinton with a great dig. Requinton gets it back. It's blocked. Almendras with the first touch. Garcia bounces it off the block, and the run continues for the King Crunchers.
When we talked about the level of energy, that is what Coach Ty meant. You know, from start to finish, you have to have that level.
Biggest lead at 5 points now. Garcia has 7 in the game.
What a serve.
Calado. Garcia pops it up. Polvorosa finds Requinton with a push. Paglaon. Oh, and Reyes, second time he's attempted that no-look behind the back shot. And Jude Garcia with back-to-back. He's got 8 already.
Well, he is taking over here in set number 2.
Here's that Reyes hit. If not for the great defense of King Crunchers, that could have been a point. Timeout for the Spin Doctors.
Kaya-kaya natin yan, guys. Relax lang. Habaan natin yung pasensya natin, kaya-kaya natin yan nabulin. Ha? Hanggat ano yan, hanggat hindi pa pumalo yan ng 25, hindi pa tapos yung laban. Kaya tsaga lang tayo. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Well, this is the biggest deficit against Coach Calderon and the Spin Doctors in the match.
Well, yeah, you heard that. They need to be patient. You know, we saw what they can do. They won the first set, fair and square.
Yeah.
So, you know, right now you just have to play patient volleyball.
And serving of Jude Garcia has been superb. Finally, the side out that Spin Doctors have been looking for. Angelo Reyes with the kill.
This time facing the opponent's court.
Calado. He's got 8 points as well. Quick side out, Kim Malabunga.
Yeah, you talked about the defense, Eric, of Criss Cross. What about that pass by Jude Garcia?
6 points now for the big man, Kim Malabunga. Marmeto with a perfect pass. De Pedro.
Oh,
And the dig goes over for Quinton. And another combo play, and Calado puts it away. Back-to-back points for the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, they needed that run. It could be a mini run, but at least, you know, 2 straight points.
Short pass coming from Garcia. Almendras. There's Calado with great coverage in the back row. Caritativo. Garcia picks it up and gets it back. Paglaon finds Caritativo, wipes it off. Ish Polvorosa.
Yeah, Ish admits to that, but you know that was Caritativo's intention, really, to brush it off the blockers.
5 points now for Shawi Caritativo, and it's a 3-point run for the Spin Doctors from down 6.
Oh.
That ends the run.
Well, I mean, when you're chasing, we always say you don't want to be committing those service errors.
Marmeto passes. Caritativo is blocked. Paglaon. This time, Calado.
Good defense.
Polvorosa to Glorioso. Got it. And Ateneo connection. Nets them a point.
Yeah, great recognition on the part of Ish Polvorosa, seeing the defense scrambling. So I'm going to go to my middle. Make it quick.
3rd point for Gian Glorioso. And now it's back to the biggest lead for the King Crunchers at 6 points.
Overpass.
Oh, and Almendras. And out of system play.
You know, coaches will always say, when you move, you commit to it, because it will actually bother your teammates. You already moved it, so you're showing the effort of getting the ball. Then you stop. So what will your teammates think, right? You're going to get it, so you better get it.
That's what happened in the last sequence, but they get a free point off the service fault by Ish Polvorosa.
Well, when you look at the rotations, it's full front on full front.
Overpass. And that's put away by Torres. And they're saying a net fault is what they're going to challenge. I don't think they're going to be successful. It would have been better if they went with a reaching beyond the net.
But Torres is sure. He said, I didn't touch the net.
It didn't look like it, too.
Look at Gloriosa saying, you touched the net.
Well, we'll never know. Can only be 100% after the review, so we will take a look. King Crunchers lost the first set by 3 points. Right now, they're in full control, led by as many as 7.
No, it was clean.
Great control as well. I mean, had he not paused, he would have touched the net. That's how, quick reflexes.
That's what you call perfect timing.
Yeah.
As soon as the net showed its face, it's like the hand just stopped.
5-point game. Almendras got it.
What game Almendras has been having, taking off that last match wherein he was the top scorer of Criss Cross.
6 already for Nico Almendras. And it's back to a 6-point lead for the King Crunchers. Calado. He has been missing for some minutes and he continues to miss. They will challenge. They're thinking about challenging. They're unsure yet. They finally made up their minds. Coach Calderon says we will challenge this. Ball in, ball out.
Well, they were successful earlier, right? The challenge.
That was...
Okay.
Wasn't it the first set? I think it wasn't the first set. They were still on this side.
But I feel Mark Calado's got to loosen up. I mean, after winning, and how he played in that first set. Ooh, it's good.
So they're still successful.
Yeah. I mean, he knew that. He asked for it. He looked at Coach Sid. But again, Mark Calado, a bit tense. A bit, right? A bit tense here in the second set. He's got to loosen up and play his game. Play like the first set.
They've got to overhaul a 5-point deficit right now. Glorioso. And that'll take us to our second technical timeout. A 6-point cushion for the King Crunchers.
Ako'y sa'yo, ikaw ay akin.
Ramdam mo sa paningin. Buwan by Juan Carlos. Sa ilalim ng puting ilaw, sa dilaw na buwan. Ako na yun.
Well, get your daily dose of sports updates on Starting Lineup Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 p.m. live on Filipinas Live. And One News, also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus. 16-10. King Crunchers in full control of set number 2 after losing by 3 in the first set. Paglaon finds Calado. There it is.
Oh,
whoa,
good reach.
wait a minute. We spoke too early. Riquinton with a great save. And Caritativo. Now, Almendras keeping it alive. Riquinton, tough shot, but still gets it through. Now, that's another great transition this time by the King Crunchers to read from defense to offense.
I know that. You know that's why they're successful. We're seeing a lot of great defensive stops by the King Crunchers. But how did Jared Riquinton get that ball like ad-lib, improvisation, everything?
Back to the biggest lead for the King Crunchers. It's 7. De Pedro is turned away. Now the lead is 8.
It is a different Criss Cross King Crunchers team here in set number 2. Everything working.
Well, the Spin Doctors poked the bear after the first set, and now the bear is awake. And Narciso comes in. And replace De Pedro, and Mads Gampong checking in to replace Paglaon.
Interesting substitution, but then you know the firepower of Mads Gampong. You want to get him his touches, get him going, you know, in this match.
And Narciso finds Calado. Almendras has been digging very well from the back row. Jude Garcia, that's popped up by Calado. Malabunga. Polvorosa to Riquinton. Yes!
Yeah, Ish Polvorosa just doing a great job in spreading those sets opposite, outside, middle. It's like, look at that. The blockers are just so loose.
Final timeout for Coach Sidney Calderon. They are now down by 9.
Pero kapag ganyan yung score natin, Dumikit lang natin, try natin dumikit, isa-isahin, or pag nag-service tayo, 3 run. Malay natin, umabot, dumikit tayo, walang imposible dyan. Ha? Try lang natin, balik tayo.
This is the task of the tallest order right now for the Spin Doctors, down by 9 points, and their attack efficiency has gone down tremendously.
Yeah. 33 as compared to the 59, close to 60% for Criss Cross. But I like what Coach Sydney said, you know, let's try. You never know. Baka dumikit, right? And then you get a run, you get the momentum, and you never know. There's one.
And they get a freebie to start things off as Glorioso serves it outside. So that will help.
Yeah.
But still 8 more to go. And for Torres and the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, and we always say, you know, you might be down by a lot, but you want to build something going to the next set, whether you're going to lose or not.
Runs are hard to come by for the Spin Doctors here in set number 2.
What's the challenge?
It's a very late challenge.
Reaching beyond.
Yep. I'm surprised they allowed it. All right, so we're going to take a look at this one.
I'd like to point something out. When you look at the Spin Doctors right now, they're blank faces, right? Not like in the first set, there was just so much fire in their eyes. Now, it's pretty much blank. That's a big difference when coaches always tell you, I want to see the fire or the fight in you. You need, you know, your aura, how you bring yourself.
Here's the result.
Reaching beyond what? The ball was kept in play.
There's still one more challenge remaining for Coach Sidney Calderon. Hero Austria back in for Caritativo, and then a couple of substitutions for Coach Taibun did as Jewel Asia and Francis Saura check in for the first time today.
Well, if you have a Jewel Asia and a Francis Saura coming off the bench, that goes to show the depth.
Asia, a former green spiker. Meanwhile, Saura, we all know, from National University. Back to the biggest deficit against Coach Sidney Calderon right there on your screens.
But for, you know, we have to say for the Criss Cross fans, you have to be happy after going down in the first set. You come back swinging in set number 2.
Austria with a good pass. Combination play. Marcalado delivers a missile.
And that's the smile we were looking for from Marcalado. He has to realize, you know, a lot of these players are going to look to him, you know, to lead them, especially in terms of scoring.
Asia. Almendras. That almost hit the antenna. It doesn't matter. Spin Doctors can't get it across the net.
Wasted opportunity there. The ball was alive.
Mats Gampong and Narciso just not talking.
You know what they call that? Box out. The box out.
Yung setter.
Gampong.
Gampong with the tip and the net touch as well.
And the woes continue. It's a double-digit spread.
For the first time in the match.
But that's okay. I mean, Mats Gampong, you just need him to get his game going. You're a bit cold, a bit shaky, but we know Mats Gampong.
Austria, yes. There you go. It's a long way back there, but that's a start.
Well, Austria is the captain, and you want the captain to lead.
A couple of aces will not hurt if they can get it. Saura. Ooh.
Francis Saura, Jared Riquinton. I mean, same result.
All right, so Pampagalay checking in to serve. It's a 10-point lead once again for the King Crunchers. Oh, that's maybe a triple contact if there's a violation like that. Then they call a lift though on Glorioso.
He knew it. He sank with the ball. Oh,
it's like he dribbled it several times.
2, 3. You're right, 3 touches.
But Glorioso makes up for it. And it's 10 set points for the King Crunchers.
He's probably talking to us. You're not laughing now.
And back in is Ish Polvorosa and Nico Almendras.
What a turn of events here in set number 2.
After losing by a couple of points, actually 3 points, in the first set, they bounced back big time. There's a set point save. But this may be all for naught if you are the Spin Doctors and have not been able to make big runs here in set number 2.
Agree. They need a lot more.
Yeah.
Like 9 more.
Feels like it's just a matter of time. And this could be the time. Almendras, there you go. Nico Almendras with a finishing touch to this masterpiece of a second set for the King Crunchers. Bouncing back convincingly against the Spin Doctors to equalize at 1 set apiece.
Welcome back to the Spikers Turf Open Conference in 2025. After going down the first set, 22-25, the Criss Cross King Crunchers just came roaring back, taking set number 2 in convincing fashion. I mean, defense working for them. Ish Polvorosa, really, Eric did say a masterpiece in the way they played and the way he set the ball, really spreading the wealth for the entire team. Whoever entered the court, Coach Tai kind of emptied his bench, trying to give playing time to the whole squad. But Jude Garcia also great set. Nico Almendras. I mean, everybody contributed. And if you look at the numbers, attacks this time, Criss Cross out-attacked the Spin Doctors, the blocks, and even less errors. Really a dominating performance in set number 2.
Well, we're tied at the 1 set apiece. If the Spin Doctors can capture some of that magic in the first set, they can make it more competitive here in the third. We've already got double-digit performers for both teams. Garcia already with 10 for the King Crunchers. Meanwhile, Calado putting up 11 for the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, one name.
Earlier today, the HD Spikers winning in 4 against the Sea Lions, and then the Griffins winning in 4 against the Insurance Protectors. These are the last 2 teams of the 6-team lineup in the Open Conference.
Okay, for those, yeah, we'll just go through the format a bit. For those who just joined us, it's going to be a double round robin. So 6 teams will go through each other twice, and then only 4 will make it to the next round. Another single round robin, and then top 2 will play for the gold, and 3 and 4 for the bronze.
Well, you were looking for Shawi Caritativo. Here he is.
Yeah, they need the numbers from Caritativo, because we did mention her at the top of the coverage. Really, she needs to do a little bit of everything.
Right.
And remember, in set 1, defense was the one working for Shawi.
5 points for Caritativo. Requinton now with 7. But you mentioned the word defense. So right now, the defense of the Spin Doctors not as good as it was in the first set.
It was spectacular in the first set.
Calado with the drop shot. Sumanggit sets it up for Requinton. There you go.
Well, that should boost their confidence. You know, the Spin Doctors, a stuff block. But we have to say, they have to give Mark Calado better sets. He's always hitting from, farther from the net than he would have wanted.
Well, it's the digging and the passing. Not as good in the last 2 sets compared to the first for the Spin Doctors. Glorioso, meanwhile, misses badly.
Yeah, set a bit low for Gian Glorioso. Good start for Savouge.
Yep. Polvoroso finds Garcia. Off the block and outside. Jude Garcia now with 11.
And what a pass by Nico Almendras. Perfect pass. Look at that form.
Picture perfect.
Yeah.
Two serving threes. Speaking of great passes, De Pedro delivers a kill for the Spin Doctors.
De Pedro was really a factor in set number 1. Also silent in set number 2. So they've got to come together, the Spin Doctors here in set number 3.
5 points now for Toto De Pedro. Kim Malabunga with 7. Oh, that is a reaching over for Ish Polvorosa.
Yeah, that was an overpass, so he tried to keep the ball in play.
Biggest lead for the Spin Doctors at 3 points. There's a better pass.
Yeah.
Garcia against former teammate Marmeto, and Marmeto couldn't pop it up, so Garcia now with 12.
I told you, he's going to score more than 8 for sure. His last game, he only scored 8 points. Nico Almendras led the entire team with 12.
Yep. Bad pass. Paglaon. This is an off-system play, but doesn't matter for Toto De Pedro. What a shot. 6 points now.
De Pedro is just goofy, we have to say. But look at the way she elevates, that reach, that follow through. just goofy after. Just enjoying every moment.
And this is the fun you were that was lacking in set number 2 that you pointed out.
Yeah.
Great pass again from Almendras. And it's Garcia. It's the one-man show for the King Crunchers. He's got 13 already.
Unfazed by the blockers, Jude Garcia going for the same shot, the same angle.
Garcia matches his conference high.
Yeah, but we know Jude Garcia is capable of 30 points.
Oh, yeah. On 2 for Paglaon. First time we've seen Paglaon become aggressive at the net.
Yeah. Actually, we have yet to see Ish Polvorosa do the same. I mean, they're relying really on their teammates. They're feeding, they're setting.
Paglaon out of Emilio Aguinaldo College. You know, Reyes, I mentioned former UE Red Warrior. Second team for Reyes is the Spin Doctors. He played formerly for the Martelli Meat Masters.
But still, 2-point lead for Savouge.
Oh, it's on the line for Malafunga.
Great, you know, great target, because we always say with serves, those are the toughest to get, the ones at the corner, the ones near the line.
It's just a 1-point game now. Biggest lead was 3 points for the Spin Doctors. Torres sets it up for Caritativo, and he splits the blockers.
So talented. The blockers were established, just powers it through.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Open Conference 2025, where power meets passion. Now, Eric and Noreen redeeming themselves in our second set, the Criss Cross King Crunchers. And according to assistant coach Carl Baisa, ito daw yung pitik na kinailangan nila dahil syempre, maibabalik na raw ang championship mindset nila. Yes, they are a team of championship or champion players, but something that was hard for Criss Cross in the past conferences was how to align their experiences together to be more powerful, more mature, and more confident. Ika nga ni Coach Carl, they need to let go of all the lapses in this conference to help them prepare for something bigger, and that is getting that championship. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Ayana. Well, they've always been on the cusp of winning a championship, talking about the King Crunchers, as Riquinton misses, but it's, you know, their nemesis, the HD Spikers, and you don't want to take it away from Signal. As talented as this team is, I mean, you know, HD Spikers are equally talented, if not more.
That's why you always love the the rivalry.
Yeah.
You know, they're a new team, but obviously these are names that we've known.
A nice tip by Almendras. His 8th point of the game.
Yeah, great compliment to Jude Garcia. The roles actually were reversed in that previous match against Navy. It was Jude Garcia complimenting Nico Almendras, but not today.
Marmeto is struggling with the receive. And De Pedro easily read. Kill block for Glorioso.
And here come the King Crunchers.
Now that's on Riquinton.
Look at those hands, those arms, those forearms, all above the tip of the net.
Much better pass coming from Marmeto, and that's the result. Gilles Torres, he's been that good even when he was with the HD Spikers.
Yeah, but remember, we did say when he joined Savouge after his stint with Signal, then that first few games, like we were all like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, you're so happy for Torres for another chance.
Almendras, Jack Enon with the receive or the dig, Caritativo. This is going to be an off-system play. Almendras rejected by Torres.
Oh, good save.
Glorioso. Here's a chance ball for the black shirts. Back row, Caritativo. It's outside. And they want to challenge. Caritativo saying it's in. They want to challenge this. All right, they will.
Yeah, it looked like a miss hit, but yeah, could have.
I don't know if he was targeting or a miss hit or he was really targeting the corners.
He was, but I don't know. We'll see after the challenge.
Mark Calado, the latest addition from the HD Spikers. And he has blended seamlessly with the team.
But I remember watching him play, being funny with his teammates. Yeah, it is out. Was out. I mean, he's so game. I mean, he would like play around with this group from Savouge. I think that's why he fit perfectly. It's his personality.
Right. Back to a one-point game. Almendras with 8. Paglaon back to Calado. And the block goes outside. Side out for the Spin Doctors.
Good pass, and he gets rewarded for that. Mark Calado, that was a better set. You know, that was actually closer to the net.
12 for the former Tamarao. Torres, a former UE player. Garcia. Wow. I mean, just towering above De Pedro. Nothing you can do if you're Toto De Pedro. I mean,
you try.
You try. 14 points now for Garcia.
Yeah, he went over the blocker. And the reason why Jude Garcia is more successful here or in the second and third set is because in the first set, Caritativo was digging.
Yeah. De Pedro looking to answer but misses. There's a block touch. Overruled by the first referee. Block touch called by the lines judge. First referee is Joffer Educado.
Second referee's signaling, you want a question, you challenge.
Yeah, you challenge. Simple as that. And they will not. They only have one challenge remaining. Talking about the Spin Doctors. We're tied at 11. Combination play. And a block, Requinton. How high can you jump?
The jump, the reach, everything.
I mean, it seemed like he just stayed there for a second and a half just to block it.
And just a reminder, Mark Calado is a very high leaper.
Yep. He's already 6'2", Mark Calado is. There's a nice block, but kept alive.
Yeah,
chance ball. Paglaon to Reyes. Yes! Game is tied. Now it's the Spin Doctors playing catch-up.
I like the attempt of Glorioso to get back on his feet. I wish you can see that. Look at that. He tried. Oh, it's like break dancing.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I try that. I might just break my back. No way. Jude Garcia. And now with 15 points.
Well, they grabbed the lead. It's a nip and tuck affair here towards the middle part of the third set.
You know how flexible you have to be to do a Chinese get-up? That's unbelievable. And Gian Glorioso, man, 6'4". That's a lot of limbs moving around.
But now you question the athleticism of these players. I'm sure Jude Garcia can do the same.
Oh, for sure.
And Mark Calado.
Calado too. There you go. Calado with... No, they call it outside again. And this one will elicit a challenge. A net fault challenge from the Spin Doctors.
You know, I love it. If you saw Kim Malabungas like singing, I didn't touch it, I didn't touch it. At the end of the day, it could be sumanggit. You know what I'm saying?
Spin Doctors led by as many as 3, but right now they're trailing by 1. Could be 2 if this is an unsuccessful challenge.
And what is hurting their cause are the little errors that are happening at this point in the match.
Spin Doctors looking for their 2nd straight win after getting a 5-setter against the Insurance Protectors.
But that was a great game. I mean, for the Insurance Protectors, that was their best game so far. They just fell short. The last set was 15-13.
Right. All right, here we go. Well, the jersey touched.
Yeah.
Garcia.
Oh.
Isn't the jersey, wasn't the new rule jersey is part of the body already? Including the hair, that's what I remember.
Well, I saw some games that were in they call the
they call the hair, the shirt. It's part of the body already, but
the hair.
Apparently not. So no more challenges remaining. But the Quinton returns the favor. They win the challenge, they lose the serve. So it's back to a 1-point game.
Could just be poetic justice for Savouge.
Avindheim, Austria, a great server back in the game, replacing Mark Calado. For Austria, this is his 3rd team. Played for Imus, played for Santa Rosa City Lions. A former NCAA Juniors Finals MVP. Had 6 points in back-to-back games. Nice serve.
Yeah.
The Quinton. Yes.
Oh.
What an angle.
You know, I would say Hero Austria is arguably one of the best serve specialists. You know, coming off the bench to serve, those are the serves that you'll get. It's not 100%, but who has 100%?
Great pass. Caritativo punches it through.
Polvorosa nearly knocked the socks out of Caritativo, trying to keep the ball in play using his leg. Look at this. Boom.
And there's some fire in the eyes of Shawi Caritativo.
I think they wanted the challenge, but their challenge was denied because they have exceeded that 8 seconds.
8 seconds. So Jude Garcia getting an explanation from our first referee, Joffre Educado, and they're going to be given a yellow card for delay of game. Spin Doctors have a little bit of momentum now. They are within 1.
Very close. 3rd set.
Floater of a serve coming from Reyes. Malabunga, and that's not coming back.
Yeah, just using brute force, hitting it off the blocker.
I think what's important right now is what I heard from Roger Federer. When you're playing a point, that's the most important thing in the world. The current point, the next point, the past point that happened doesn't matter anymore. Mapapasama lang siya sa mga highlight reels, pwedeng mabalita or ma-TikTok, pero hindi importante. Ang importante is yung puntos na kinabimbilangan mo kung paano mo makapanalo kasi yun yung magka-contribute for your win and of course the championship.
Getting inspiration from a tennis goat, is Polvorosa. UAAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports and Filipinas Live, because legends start here.
Well, as you were saying that, Paglaon getting aggressive at the net, putting it down on the second touch.
And here we go again. Within 1 point. Glorioso turned away and it falls in. What a block for the Spin Doctors.
They will not. Okay, no challenge.
Challenge is futile in this case. It was well in.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's right in front of the bench too, so.
And guess who?
Yeah.
Caritativo.
Shawi ties the game at 16. Back-to-back blocks. De Pedro this time with a rejection.
Boy, great response by the Spin Doctors.
And they take the lead off this block, forcing Coach Taibundit to call a timeout. De Pedro now with 7.
One shot. Okay. Para yung Jude isa. Okay. Spy left, spy. Lumano ka na. Spy, leap over. Okay. Akin yan, pwede kayo balik. May cover naman, tiwala. Isa ulit. Hey, isa. Let's go. Wasak. Hey, Criss Cross. Criss Cross.
Nico Almendras and the King Crunchers down by 1. It's been a seesaw battle over the last 7 or 8 minutes. Hero Austria in the floor for the Spin Doctors. Jude Garcia, come on, 16 points.
But they needed that. They needed someone to step up because Spin Doctors really in this third set.
All right, 17 all. Great pass by Austria. Torres. Garcia keeping it alive. Jaron de Quinton a ways away from the net. Caritativo is blocked by Glorioso. De Pedro. Yes! Toto De Pedro now with 8 points.
Boy, you know, Paglaon really spreading his sets. Although the blockers are there, we have to say De Pedro just right angle at the right time.
It's too good.
Yeah.
Too good. Polvorosa. De Quinton.
Ooh, what a dig.
Goes over. Sumanggid with the first touch. Almendras with the double-handed dump.
Improv there by Nico Almendras, just right, you know, finding the right spot.
9 points for Almendras, and we are tied again.
No one wants to budge here.
Paglaon. And Gilles Torres will knock it in. He's got 9.
You know, Eric, this is Savouge Spin Doctors we saw in set number 1. That fight.
That's right.
Which was evidently lost in set number 2. But they're back here. And they're looking good, hoping to get a set, or this third set.
John Diwa in the game for the first time today for the Spin Doctors. Up by 1. Oh, and they get an ace! Gilles Torres with back-to-back points, and he is in double digits with 10.
With the help of the net, but they will take it.
Yeah.
Well, what a performance by Gilles Torres here in set number 3.
Torres, his first double-digit performance in the Open Conference.
Whoa!
And an overpass! Austria puts it away! Back to the biggest lead for the Spin Doctors, up by 3, and Coach Taibundit forced to call his final timeout.
Nation, first ball, 1.19.
Let's go.
Hey, iba na boy. Come on. Let's go, boy. Yeah. Hey, Criss Cross. Criss Cross. Wala titigan. Let's go.
Well, last time Gian Glorioso and the King Crunchers were in this position, it didn't end well for them. That was in the first set. They lost by 2 points, 25-23. And can they rewrite the script here in set number 3 after a huge win in set number 2?
But you know, you love the trust of Coach Sydney with Hero Austria. That's the same position as Mark Calado, but she opts to keep her captain inside.
And that is off of De Pedro. De Pedro arguing he didn't touch it. And don't have any challenges. That's the problem. De Pedro wants them to challenge. They don't have any. They're out of challenges. So they will have to give that point up.
They're saying it's outside the antenna, right?
They're saying it's outside.
I'd like to see that in the replay, actually.
De Pedro. Polvorosa sets it up back to Jaron. Paglaon. Back row, Caritativo. Got it!
Oh! They may be out of challenges, but they're not out of points. Caritativo from the pipe.
9 already for Shawi Caritativo. And such a loose block for the King Crunchers. Back to a 3-point cushion for Toto De Pedro and the Spin Doctors.
And 3 is pretty much a luxury.
Yeah. Combination play.
Oh!
Jack in on what a dig. Austria fires one in. Polvorosa chases it down. Garcia against a double block, gets it through. What a hit for Jude Garcia.
That's his resolve. We have to say Jude Garcia just powers it through the blockers.
Timeout here for the Spin Doctors.
Okay na yung depensa natin. May receive na tayo ulit. Ngayon, ang poproblemahin mo, paano ma-utilize ngayon yung mga spikers mo, ha? Prepare tayo lahat. Attacking mood. Alam nyo yung parang April Fools? O, gawin natin yun. Peke tayo ng ng play.
You love how Coach Calderon has secret plays. He's got names for it as well. This I want to see.
Then you know, you just understand it a little bit more when you hear players like Gamban say, I love this organization, I love this group. You see how fun, you know, how fun they try to make the environment.
April Fool's play. That's what this one is going to be called. After, if they get a good receive, that's what they're going to pull off. So,
okay, let's observe. What is the April Fools?
2-point deficit against the Quinton and the King Crunchers. Here we go. There's a nice pass. That is, seems like it was outside. Yeah, it was. But there were 3 attackers approaching. Caritativo got the touch.
But you have to give it to Criss Cross. They read that.
Yeah.
There were 3 blockers on Caritativo. It's just that it was out.
Yep. 2-point run for the King Crunchers. Meantime, Austria. That pass no good. Austria with a side out.
That's why she's there. The emotional leader.
Only 3 points for Austria, but 2 huge points coming late in the set number 3, Noreen, to put them up by a couple of points.
Yeah, and a huge serve is needed from Austria.
Oh, what a great pass. Right. Garcia answers with a side out. Garcia now with 18.
Just so talented. I mean, look at that. I mean, how long he stayed in the air, then found that tough angle. Not easy to do.
Jude Garcia is just 5'9". When he's up there, it looks like he's 6'4".
Yeah.
Good pass. Caritativo off the block and outside. Shawi Caritativo gives the Spin Doctors a 2-set point advantage.
And, I mean, perfect passing. Really, we have to say Caritativo on fire here in set number 3.
3 players, by the way, in double digits for the Spin Doctors. Calado, Caritativo, and Torres. 12, 10, and 10. Garcia fires one in, saves a set point. Woo.
Boy, what a set, Eric.
Yeah. But if you're the King Crunchers, where would they be without Jude Garcia? He's responsible for at least the last 4 points of the team. Meanwhile, it's been a collection of players who've scored for the Spin Doctors over the last 3 minutes. Now, Coach Calderon will use their final timeout. Let's listen to Savouge.
Rotation 6. Anong tawag mo kayo sa kanya?
Silang daw, Shawi.
Ha? Si, pwede tong pa-back quick, huwag tong paharap.
Shawa, yung back mo to.
Oh guys, isang ano, malalang support lang tayo. Huwag kayong matakot pumalo ha. Magko-cover yung mga kakampi niyo.
Si Water! Yung back mo sa kanya.
All right, they're going to be receiving here after the kill by Jude Garcia. Kim Malabunga is serving.
They just want 1 point. They get the chance to attack first.
The receivers, Marmeto, Austria, Caritativo, and De Pedro. Paglaon sets it up. May go to Caritativo. Why not?
Oh, chance.
Triple block against Almendras. Quinton with coverage. Garcia, block. Marmeto with coverage. Here we go. Torres!
Oh!
Got it! Gilles Torres with a winning point. And how about that?
I'm getting goosebumps.
The first game where the heavily favored King Crunchers have lost 2 sets in the Open Conference. Gilles Torres now with 11 points. And the Spin Doctors coming off a 5-set win against the Alpha Insurance Protectors, now 2-1 against the King Crunchers. It was against the King Crunchers.
Yeah, and you will remember last conference, they beat Signal in the eliminations. And, you know, that was the biggest upset thus far. And they're showing us why. I mean, how they actually did it. No, everybody actually contributing. Great defense. That last exchange, you saw triple blockers. They were defending pretty well. Marmeto with a huge cover. And then Paglaon just found Torres. So, I mean, everything was working well for them. That's why they won. And they are up 2-1. That's
right. And Hero Austria playing, you know, to his name with a spectacular 3-point performance in set number 3.
And remember, crucial moments.
Yeah.
Coach Sidney left Austria inside and Mark
Right.
Calado went to the bench. Let's look at the numbers. You know why this is such a great game? You look at the errors. Just 4 and 5 respectively. And then the rest, attack 17, 15. We have blocks, we have aces. We had everything. And the errors were kept at a minimum, right? So, you know, I love this game. We're honored to be covering such a great game. Especially, we have to mention for Savouge.
That's right. And Austria, after that great performance in set number 3, will be a starter in the 4th set. Calado, it seems, will be coming off the bench. Also, a little adjustment for Coach Tai Bundit, as Pem Bagalay is in the starting lineup here in the 3rd set.
Yeah. He needs a change. I mean, start off with Pem Bagalay. Bagalay's got experience.
Oh, yeah. One of the most experienced in the lineup of the King Crunchers. Requinton, yes, for the first point of set number 4.
Well, Criss Cross, you want to start out strong.
Yep.
You know, Savouge has got that fight in them, that hunger.
Requinton with 11, but if you're the Spin Doctors, you've got to remember how they got blown out in set 2, so they can't allow an early start here for the Spin Doctors. That's double contact against Torres after getting blocked.
Yeah, great read by Gian Glorioso. Look at that, all over Torres. But I feel that's why Coach Indy opted to use Hero Austria. She wants her captain inside to avoid that blowout.
Ooh, Caritativo, look out. That's 11 points now for Shawi.
Well, we have to say that's a good sign for Savouge if Caritativo is still on fire.
And they get an early side out. So it's just a 1-point deficit. Requinton. There's a dig coming from De Pedro. Austria misses. Wanted to go down the line.
Yeah. Apologizes to Coach Sidney.
Back to the biggest lead for the King Crunchers, up by 2. Paglao in a one-handed set. And Giles Torres now with 12.
Yeah, you really admire the confidence of Torres.
Yeah.
Not afraid to take these important shots. I mean, remember in set number 3.
Torres now with 12, his highest scoring game here in the Open Conference. Malabunga blocked, but it goes outside off Diwa, who is on the floor for the Spin Doctors.
Well, then we've seen Diwa, his slides, remember?
Yep. Requinton, his 4th straight game in double digits. Oh, and Diwa doing a little Reyes. But he was sideways this time and tipped in a shot. Take a look. Not as acrobatic as the Angelo Reyes shot, but
whatever works, really. Out of position, but yeah, I mean, he was committed to that set.
Diwa with his first point of the game. Ooh, Kim Malabunga slamming it down right on top of Austria.
Yeah, but you gotta credit Ishpol Verosa keeping that.
10 already for Malabunga. He is the 3rd player in double digits for the King Crunchers. That man serving has 20 already. Highest scoring game for Garcia in the Open Conference. Or at least this Open Conference.
Yeah.
Because for sure, in 2024, he had a lot too. Had more than 20. Back row tip coming from Caritativo. Bagalay.
Wow.
Yeah. Bam, Bagalay. Don't forget about me.
You did say he was scoring
Leader, yeah. NCAA. 45 points in one game.
Wow.
Yeah. on the line for Garcia, 21.
You know, we heard that report from Ayana saying that they worked on the serves. What I believe. I believe that report because Jude Garcia has been serving well today.
Biggest lead now for the King Crunchers, up by 4.
Okay. I apologize, Jude Garcia. No, but seriously, I mean, he has been serving. I think he's one of the better serving conference for Jude Garcia.
Outside. And that'll take us to our first technical timeout. 4-point lead for the King Crunchers against these Spin Doctors.
...2025 where power meets passion. Now, Eric in the ring, as we can see, one of the setters of Savouge, Vince Imperial, is not seeing action today, and it was admitted by the coaching staff that the setters of Savouge have been having a tough time connecting with the newer players. They chose to have Vince sit out to do further observation, especially on Calado, Gampong, and middle blocker Reyes, as he needs to be able to relay the observed information to the seniors like Paglaon and junior setters of the team after this game. Dahil ang new goal ng Savouge this conference is to make sure that all players have the same skill level, spikers, setters. Kaya for today, the focused observation is on the setters. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ayana. Error from Diwa, and it's a 5-point lead now for the King Crunchers. Caritativo gets it back.
And stared at Gian Glorioso for quite a bit. Quite a bit there.
Diwa. Magalay with a pass, gets it back. And Bam Magalay with a kill.
Yeah, don't you just love it? If you're the coach, you bring in a player, and this is the way he performs. Really, I mean, then everyone has got to emulate one Femi Magalay.
Back to the biggest lead for the King Crunchers at 5. Caritativo saves it and falls down hard. He's okay. What an effort there by Caritativo.
Yeah, but you know Caritativo will really, you know, the desire and the passion to keep the ball in play, doesn't care.
One tough player, Xavi Caritativo. Gilles Torres with a side out.
Yeah, much needed for Savouge.
13 for Torres. Slowly, the King Crunchers trying to pull away. Paglaon serving, he's got a full front line here. The Quinton off the block. The Spin Doctors can't get a run.
Yeah, everything working for Criss Cross. Pretty much similar to what actually happened in set number 2.
And former USD Growling Tiger now with 12 points. Caritativo, that's way outside. Timeout. For Coach Sidney Calderon, they are down by their biggest deficit at 6.
Kasi kahit gaano kalakas yung palo na yan, isang point lang yan. Ang kailangan gawin natin ngayon, i-outsmart lang natin yung kalaban. Kung hindi natin madala sa super malakas sa palo, utak-utakan natin. Ngayon tayo yung nag-aabol. Anong unang gagawin natin? Receive tayo na maayos. Pangalawa, dumepensa tayo. Yun yung kailangan natin ngayon.
Stress on defense during the timeout for Coach Sidney Calderon. And happens to be the CEO of the company, Savouge Aesthetics, and the head coach of the team.
You admire the passion, you know, aside from the day job.
Yep.
CEO, she just finds time to coach.
Meantime, Luis Gamban, in just his second game for the Spin Doctors, coming off a 9-point performance in that win against the Insurance Protectors, is back in along with JC and Narciso. Service out for Bagalay.
Great timeout by Coach Sidney.
Now got to get a run for Caritativo and the Spin Doctors. That's got to be the mindset right now. Down by 6.
Good pass.
Oof. And Glorioso restores a 7-point lead.
Well, you know, you gotta say, Criss Cross got full control over this fourth set.
Glorioso now with 5 points. Beg your pardon, 6 points. Easy pickup there on the dig from Bagalay, or for Bagalay, and Garcia now with 22.
Everything just falling for Criss Cross.
Biggest lead at 8 points now for Garcia and the King Crunchers.
Garcia just, you know, that hit, he just made it look so easy.
Marmeto with a good pass. Gamban off the block and outside. And Gamban with his first point of the game.
Yeah, instant offense, you know, coming off the bench, getting a point.
And nice little pirouette.
Yes.
At the end. Malabunga. All right, this could be the start of a run if they can get a side out here, but Gamban coming up short. That was a tough shot.
Yeah.
And the lead is back to 8 for the King Crunchers at the second.
Siguro yung pinaka tumatak sa akin na sinabi is ng coach ko dati, si Coach Rodrica Fort. Sinabi niya sa akin na ang volleyball hindi naman palakasan, which is pautangan. Mas natuto ko maging wais sa paglalaro. Mas natuto kong laruin lang yung mga, kung paano laruin yung volleyball na 1 point lang talaga ang pinakailangan sa paglalaro ng volleyball. So doon naging mautak talaga ako maglaro.
Welcome back to the action as Diwa scores or make that. Was that Gamban?
No, that was Diwa.
That was Diwa with a side out.
Yeah.
But Gamban with a great coat as we brought you back to the game.
Yeah.
Bulaqueño set to serve now. 7-point game. If they're going to make a run, it has to be now. Oof.
I wonder why Mark Calado is, at the bench.
He's been relegated to the bench.
I think
since midway through set number 3, right?
Yeah, I think they want fresh legs come 5th set.
Diwa with a tip. Malabunga. Man, Kim Malabunga. 6'6", jumps like that. Back, and now this is actually the biggest lead now at 9 points for the King Crunchers.
You love how patient Polvorosa was. I mean, he could have just dumped it, but he opted for a kill for Malabunga.
Gamban picked up by Sumanggid. Bagalay against a single blocker.
I mean, Criss Cross can easily put up another team with Pem Bagalay as a starter.
Look at the numbers, Jude Garcia.
Come on.
Continues to serve to Austria too. Sumanggid has been digging very well. Quinton with the drop shot, and Narciso picks it up. Here comes Austria into the net. That's kind of the story of how Spin Doctors are playing here in set number 4.
Up and down, up and down.
Yep. They're now down by 11. And Coach Calderon will use their final timeout.
Nagmamadali kayo sa loob. Pag shaky yung isa, wag ano tayo nang mas kailangan ka ngayon, panindigan mo yung pagiging captain ball mo ngayon. Kasi pag shaky ka, shaky din lahat.
Right now, it seems like a hopeless affair if you're the Spin Doctors. Down by 11. And they've committed 7 errors already. 7 of the 20 points of the King Crunchers off errors by the Spin Doctors. Now, thunderous serve of Jude Garcia finally comes to an end. I'm sure to the relief of the Spin Doctors. I mean, you don't want to keep digging that all night long.
Well, they can't afford it. You know, Jude Garcia and the rest of the gang.
10 points down, Spin Doctors. King Crunchers 5 points away from equalizing and sending this to a 5th setter. What a serve as well from Austria. Bagalay has been spectacular as a starter here in set number 4.
Yeah, you know, what you love is he doesn't really start, but what a 4th set by Pem Bagalay.
4 points. Doesn't sound like a lot, but the way Bagalay has been, timely sniping. In the meantime, Malabunga serves it outside.
Well, it's still a comfortable 10-point advantage.
Service errors in total, 12 in the game for the King Crunchers, only 5 for the Spin Doctors. Bagalay with a pass. Now 5 points for Bagalay. Bagalay's offense is coming out of nowhere, catching the Spin Doctors totally by surprise.
Just a smart hitter. You see, penetrating the blockers.
Another, that's 13 service errors. That's half a set already in the entire game. And then right now, it barely affects them. They're up by 10.
Yeah.
Their biggest lead was 11. Glorioso turned away by Torres.
Good read. I mean, it may be a little too late, the hero, but...
Exactly. That could be a momentum-building monster block, but not if you're down by 9.
Yeah.
And your opponent is 3 points away from winning the set. Bagalay. There's another block. So back-to-back hill blocks. Makes it an 8-point game.
Yeah, but they're trying to build something going into the possible 5th set. Talking about the Spin Doctors.
And Narciso with the serve. Jude Garcia. Yeah, nice tip coming from Torres. Bagalay again. Now 6 points for Penny Bagalay. Just slowly siphoning off hope from the Spin Doctors. Every point Bagalay gets. Austria with a great pass. Ooh. Wow. The block and it bounces off. I believe Gamban comes back and is untouched.
You got to see this to believe it.
A crawler over the net, and Gamban will score. And then a rotation violation against the King Crunchers.
You know, for me, Criss Cross, they have to be careful. Although they have a very comfortable lead, looks like they're going to win the fourth set. They're slowing things down. You don't want to do that. You want to play the same way to start the fifth set.
And there's another block, this time on Jude Garcia. They give it to Gamban, and it's just a 6-point game from down 11. Coach Taibundin will be forced to call a timeout. We will listen in.
Happy, pe. Dalawa lang. Patayin natin yung momentum nila. Wala. Go guys. One stop lang.
Ate!
Let's go! Ate! Criss Cross! Ate! Criss Cross!
2 points away, but right now, it kind of feels far away if you're the King Crunchers. They look very comfortable up 11. And now with a 6-point lead, they call a timeout.
Yeah, that's why we always say, you want to end it. You know, you have momentum, you want to end it, but a bit lax towards this portion of the fourth set.
And Glorioso finally sorts it out for the King Crunchers, and now they have 7 set points. Krong Arbasto finally is able to check in. He tried to in the second set.
But why not cap off a busy volleyball week with a 5-setter?
That's right. That's exactly what I was thinking. And Gamban saves the set point. And you were talking about this, I believe it was set number 2 when Spin Doctors lost by 10. It may be a lost cause, but trying to build momentum going to the next set.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you want your opponents to actually win the point. You're not giving it, you know. They have to finish the set. Where in the, for Savouge that time, you wanted a bit of rhythm.
They can close it out right here, and what a way to get the winning point. Kim Malabunga with his 11th.
Well, not without struggles, but Criss Cross goes on to force a 5th set.
Well, the King Crunchers have a knack for bouncing back big time every time they lose a set, and that's exactly what they did in the fourth, led by as many as 11. They pulled away halfway through the fourth set, and they never looked back.
Yeah, but we have to mention Savouge had their fair share of errors. You know, in set number 4, we did say just 4 and 5, something like that. In set number 3, but in set number 4, Savouge had 9 errors. I mean, aside from the fact that Criss Cross had more attacks, obviously we saw it. You know, Pemi Magalay was on a rampage in set number 4. But we mentioned the 9 attack, so you're actually helping Criss Cross get some momentum. However, what you like when you want to get the positives from set number 4 towards the end, you did challenge. You did like make Criss Cross work hard to win that set. And here are the numbers, very evident. Criss Cross more attacks, blocks, and serves would negate each other. But the Spin Doctors with 9 errors. You play a team against Criss Cross with Jude Garcia et al. And the rest. I mean, that's not gonna help. So yeah, we are in the 5th and final set.
Gilles Torres leading the way, 14 points for the black shirts. Pam Bagalay, starter in set number 4, put up 6 points. But the leading scorer in the game, Jude Garcia with 22. And Marek Calado, by the way, is in the starting lineup in this 5th set for the Spin Doctors.
Well, I think, you know, Coach Sidney wants fresh legs, really made him rest the entire 4th set.
Austria, great performance as a starter in set 4, but most of his points coming in set 3. He had 3 points there. Coach Calderon, back-to-back 5-set matches. They won against the Insurance Protectors. Can they pull off another 5-set win today?
Talent-wise, you know they can, but let's see.
Bagalay! Wow! I mean, he's done just about everything. Attacking now, blocking, he's got 7.
Coming off the bench and staying inside the court.
Oh, and another block, Glorioso. Back-to-back monster blocks. What a start for the King Crunchers.
Great start. You know, I was going to say at the start of the 5th set, Savouge won 1 and 3, so they have a very good chance here in set number 5, but Criss Cross doing it in defense.
Got to get a stop. Must needed side out. And it's not there. Caritativo misses the mark. This smells like trouble for the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, that's the effect of 2 good blocks from Criss Cross.
Calado rejected. Glorioso now in double digits. 4th player in double digits for the King Crunchers with 10. Early timeout for Sidney Calderon. They're down 4-0, 5th set.
Regroup tayo, guys. 4 lang, regroup. Sayang eh, may mga receive naman tayo. Hindi lang hirap tayo, gigil tayo. 1 to 15 lang to. Wag natin masyado madaliin siya. Tara.
The 4 points of the King Crunchers made up of 3 blocks and 1 error. That's the story. 2 of those blocks credited to Gian Glorioso, who's got 10 in the game.
What a start. We have to say, what a start by Criss Cross. And defense has been the key.
Check that, 11 points for Glorioso already. De Pedro. Oh, my goodness. Never seen a start like this. All points from blocks. Glorioso now with 12.
Well, Savouge just can't seem to penetrate the wall or the defense by the King Crunchers.
5-0, 4 from blocks and 1 error by the Spin Doctors. Oh, and another block. Bagalay with 8. Can you believe it?
6-0.
5 blocks, 1 error. That's how the King Crunchers are scoring in this 5th set.
After this match, Criss Cross will be the #1 blocking team.
Austria. Oh, that was outside already. Jude Garcia picked it up. That would have been another error when they got a break. That's the first point of the 5th set for the Spin Doctors.
Finally, much needed. But right now, how will Savouge change their mindset? You know, they know the blocking of Criss Cross is on point.
Pagalay gets a taste of his own medicine from De Pedro. Oh, this one through Jaron Riquinton with his 13th point.
And a wayward hand probably hit Mark Calado in the eye.
He's okay. A commanding 7-2 lead here. An elbow. It was an elbow from Torres.
That's gotta hurt.
That's outside Glorioso. A little too eager to knock it in.
That's a welcome error for Savouge.
De Pedro with the up.
Oh! Oh!
A disconnect there between Narciso and Reyes. And Narciso, yeah, probably got hit in the mouth. And the elbow coming down, that's gotta hurt. Teams will change ends.
Elbows flying at the side of Savouge.
And Narciso, it seems, is he bleeding in the mouth?
That was a solid hit.
Yeah,
I mean, not as solid as Mark Calado's.
In the meantime, let's get a look at the schedule on Wednesday. We're going to be in San Juan. We start at 1. So mark your calendars. All right, so Narciso will sit down. And Paglawan is back in the game. Let's see if they can get a run here. 6-point lead for the King Crunchers.
Well, Savouge, you need something special here, something magical.
Austria checking in, replace Caritativo. Calado is also in the game. Calado against a double block. Yeah, got it.
That's a great response. You know, all you want to see from Savouge right now is the fight.
Yeah.
Don't give up. You may be down.
Toto De Pedro.
Ooh.
Sharon Riquinton with 14 points.
Boy, when you're pushed to the wall, you gotta admire Criss Cross. Everybody comes fighting back.
4 players in double digits, led by Garcia's 22. There's Reyes. Nothing fancy this time. 4 points for Reyes.
But they got a mountain to climb.
Yeah. Malabunga. Now 13 points for Kim Malabunga. Everything coming in easy for the King Crunchers. Up by 6 again.
Again, right? You see, I mean, they were challenged. They were pushed to a 5th set, but here in the 5th set, everybody's contributing.
What a response. But Reyes with back-to-back points for the Spin Doctors. He's got 5 already.
It is still possible.
Yeah.
We have to say, they are down by 5. It's still possible for Savouge.
And they're bringing in some of their big guns. Gambad is back in the game to replace Reyes. Gambad is the better server of the 2.
Well, can't afford no errors. That's a good one.
Pagalay. And dug by De Pedro. Gamban will set it. De Pedro from the back row just lobs it over. Bagalay again. Block. Bagalay with a touch. Bagalay hits it again and scores. 9 points for Bagalay. Matches.
Yeah, that's Bagalay's resolve for you. I mean, got blocked, kept it alive, got the kill.
His 9 today matches his conference high. Almendras checks into the game to serve. Back to the biggest lead for the King Crunchers, up by 6.
Good pass.
Torres says there's a touch. First referee, Joffre Educado, says there isn't any, so naturally we get to a challenge.
I saw Ish Polvorosa actually asking Gian Glorioso, and Gian just said nope. Then that fist pump.
Any chance of a comeback hinges on this challenge for the Spin Doctors, but they will be unsuccessful. And now, timeout for Coach Sidney Calderon. We'll listen in.
Ano na lang, guys, ano na hindi na namin alam, kayo talaga yung nasa loob, kayo ang magdidictate ng laro. Kung ano na lang in-apply natin kung ano na lang pinag-inasayuhan natin, yun na lang gawin natin. Try na natin apply dito lahat. Okay? Ayaw ko ma-pressure na kayo sa loob. Tapusin na lang natin yung laro na, alam niyo yung kontento tayo sa mga ginagawa natin. Huwag natin bigyan yung sarili natin na ay sayang dapat pero ito. Diba?
Kaya pa yan! Kaya pa yan!
Exasperated tone for Coach Sidney Calderon as they are down by their biggest deficit of the set, 7. King Crunchers 3 points away from winning in 5.
Well, obviously, this is not the ending that they wanted. It's not the start of the 5th set they wanted, you know, finding themselves down. Remember, the 2nd and the 4th set. So, you know, but still, it's not impossible.
Say it again. 10 points for Bagalay. He is the 5th player in double digits.
What a huge contribution for Pemi Bagalay.
That is a conference high as well for Bagalay. Austria fires one in. 5 for Austria.
Well, still fighting. Back captain of the Spin Doctors.
7-point deficit against Paglaon and the Spin Doctors. Nice serve. Running attack. Glorioso drop attempt. Calado sets it up. They go to Austria. That is outside. That is 8 match points.
They will challenge.
This is their final challenge of the set.
But you know, this match, if let's say Criss Cross goes on to win it, for me, it goes to show how erratic they can play in one match. I mean, lesson learned. You can see it was out. Lesson learned for them because it is a double round robin round, and they want to make it to the next round. You know, at least the top 4. First of all, you have to be impressed with the way they're challenging Signal. They're challenging their opponents, bringing Criss Cross to 5 sets. You just want to get better and better.
Yeah. De Pedro, that's picked up by Sumanggid. Bagalay for the win. Nope.
Not just yet.
1 match point given up. It's the second 5-setter. Second consecutive, beg your pardon, 5-setter for Hero Austria And the Spin Doctors, the last one they won against the Insurance Protectors. This one, they're on the brink of losing. And they will lose off a service fault by the team captain, Hero Austria. Anticlimactic finish for what has been an exciting match between these two.
And the irony of all is that's not the serve that Austria is known for.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like she was going for a sure serve,
right.
and that went out.
In the meantime, the contenders, the heavy favorites, the King Crunchers, come up with a huge gut check win today.
But it was a great game. We have to say it was a great game. If this is a sign of probably victories, more victories for Savouge. They did go down in this match, but what a match by Savouge.
Kwento sa akin ng coaching staff na yung conference na to is all about yung mga lapses ninyo na pwede nyo nang i-let go, lahat ng mistakes pwede nyo gawin. So, in this game in particular, ano sa tingin nyo ang naging main problem ninyo?
Same pa rin siguro yung basic na ginagawa namin kay coach. Kasi madami pa kami napapakawalan ng mga basic na bola, lalo't yung service receive. Doon talaga kami nagkaka-error sa sarili namin. So, kailangan patrabahuin ng bawat isa yung composure at yung consistency.
Yes. Actually, nakwento sa akin din, Jude, na lahat kayo may championship experience. Kaya lang, yung experiences na yun, hindi nyo kaya mag-align together. So, siguro, after today's game, mawala lahat ng lapses, ano pa ang kailangan nyong gawin para mag-align, mag-solidify pa yung chemistry ninyo as a team?
Yun nga, kailangan lang kung ano yung magandang ginagawa namin sa training, sa game, kailangan pa namin trabahuhin pa ng maayos. Tapos yung consistency na laging sinasabi ni Coach Tay sa amin, talagang kailangan namin pagtuunan pansin yung mga kanya-kanyang errors na nagagawa namin every day.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Jude. Very big learning curve yung game na to. But of course, now it's your time to greet all of your supporters and lahat ng friends and family mo na nanonood.
Binabati ko yung family ko na sa Batangas, nasa Pangasinan, and then nasa Canada. Hello po. And then sa mga supporters ng Criss Cross King Crunchers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Once again, our best player of the game, Jude Garcia of the Criss Cross King Crunchers. Back to you, Eric and Noreen.
All right, thanks, Ayana. Conference high 22 points, Jude Garcia leading the King Crunchers to a huge 5-set win against a very feisty Spin Doctors of Savouge Aesthetics, Pempagala, with several highlight plays, Noreen.
Yeah, you have to give it to the entire Criss Cross. I mean, Pempagala coming off the bench, contributing. Ish Polverosa, great setting, even Requinton. And the rest, but Jude Garcia from start to finish, he eclipsed his 8-point output in the last match with 22 huge points. But what you like from Criss Cross, it wasn't perfect, but you learn. And, they prevailed still. And the biggest category is actually the blocking. They started out with 5 blocks, 6 blocks, and they never looked back, For me, the impact that stuff blocks or monster blocks really create on the psyche of your opponent is huge, and that's one. And we're talking about 5 and 6 blocks. So great defense on the side of Criss Cross, showing us a strength in their game. Savouge, nothing to be ashamed of. Really good game. I guess one thing they need to realize is they can play with the best of the best, but it has to be consistent throughout. You cannot have good sets and bad sets and good sets. You have to learn how to play consistent.
All right, let's remind you of the schedule on Wednesday at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. We have Savouge looking to bounce back after losing today as they take on the Griffins, who are coming off a win. Sea Lions looking for a win with Insurance Protectors, who also lost today. And then the HD Spikers, King Crunchers, the two contenders. Each and every conference will go at it. That's going to be on Wednesday, starting at 1 p.m. at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Our director is Roldy Ocampo. Game producer is Nicholas Earnshaw. Executive producer Ada Bayuga. For Ayana Perlas, Noreen Go, I'm Eric Depan. Thanks for watching. The King Crunchers go 4-0 as they deliver Sidney Calderon and the Spin Doctors their second loss of the Open Conference.